friends, welcome to Vermont Stitchy Co. This is Flosstube number 36 and this is try number 3. We had a kitty accident. Nobody got hurt, they were just being mischievous, and so we had to refilm. So yes, I am the owner, the operator, the pattern designer, and I'm the only one working with Vermont Stitchy Co. That is me. I'm Chelsea, and let's get into it because I got a lot of things to show you. I got a haul and I want to update you on life stuff. So first and foremost, I had a bit of a slump. You know, work was really busy and I wasn't interested after work in quilting, which is like a rarity for me, and definitely not cross stitching. My brain was done. So I took a couple weeks off and allowed myself and gave myself grace to do that. And then I went on vacation. I went to the Pacific Northwest with my husband, and I got to see my cousin, my godmother, and some friends that I had never met in person, but they were my husband's bestie in college, so I got to meet them. So that was really nice. Spent a week in the Pacific Northwest, and I got a lot of quilty stuff, so I want to show you. But first and foremost, I want to show you my relatively newest pattern. If you follow me on my Instagram, Vermont Stitchy Co., the link is in the description box below. You would have seen this pattern on my Instagram a couple weeks ago, but I don't believe I filmed it. If I did, I do apologize. I really have very little brain width right now. But this is the newest pattern. It is on my Etsy shop right now. There's absolutely no obligation to buy, but I just wanted to show it to you. It is just a little bit of back stitching on this one. You'll see on the orange here, there's a little bit of back stitching, but nothing else, nothing fancy. Underwater scene, 2 turtles. I think I called it Turtle Love. I'll put the link in the description box below. But really sweet, really cute, always on 14 count Aida. If you guys have watched my videos before, you know I don't really like anything else. I really enjoy 14 count Aida. And I didn't buy any new floss for this. I have set colors picked out when I designed this pattern, so you'll see it in the color list. But I just used what I had because times are tight right now. I don't have a lot of extra money, especially going on vacation. So I just used what I had in my stash, and I think it turned out really lovely. Just like any of my patterns, if you don't like the colors of anything, you can change it to whatever you want. There are no set rules with cross stitching, which is what I love. Crafting, you can make it your own. This is Rit Dyed Aquamarine. I just let the water spread in, so it gets a little bit of a mottled kind of underwater feel. I don't know if you can see like a little dark patch here. It gets lighter and then a dark patch here, which is reflective of the actual ocean if you were in it. So I haven't put this in a hoop. I kind of want to get a square hoop, which I know sounds funny, but there are hoops that are in a square. So I don't know. Maybe I will. I've gotten into a habit now of not finishing my projects. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just haven't. But I think this would look good also in a frame behind some glass. I think that would look really, really nice. Yeah, so there's that. Again, on my Etsy shop right now. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Oh my goodness, guys. First and foremost, I was quilting this. It took a very long time to put together. Let me stand back a little bit so you can see. It took a long time to put the pieces together. There are different star shapes. Like you can see, these are really long pieces. There are the versions with the purple is long, and then this kind of greeny color is short, and then there are ones where they're all even. So once I finish the quilt, I will put it on my Instagram and you can see it, and if I remember, I'll hold it up in the next video. But I don't know if you can tell, but there are little cats right there, mushrooms and flowers. But when you stand back, the cats kind of disappear and you get this funky pattern. And I think, in my personal humble opinion, the yellowy, I don't know what you call this, not quite mustard, and then the amethyst pops really nicely. So again, when I'm finished and I have it all completed, I will definitely put a picture on Instagram, but I haven't finished that yet. That's a goal for today, so hopefully this weekend, hopefully today, but I'm gonna give myself grace because I've been in a slump and I've just gotten out of it. I don't want to overwhelm myself. So hopefully today, maybe tomorrow, I can get it finished. So in the Pacific Northwest, so I went to Portland with my husband to visit my cousin, and when we were there, we did a couple things. It was only for like a day and a half, I guess technically it would have been. Excuse me. And we went into downtown Portland, and we did Powell's Books, which is super awesome, massive bookstore. And I love books, so we spent a good amount of time there. Got a couple romance novels, which if you know me, I love a good romance novel. And then I got a book called Murderland, which is about Ted Bundy and the other serial killers in the Pacific Northwest. I'm only halfway through, but it's a bit heavy, so I had to take a break last night and switch it up to a romance book just to lighten the mood. But it's a really good book. I recommend it. Caroline something is her name. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description box below for that book. But it's very good if you're into true crime, mystery type things. And then we went to a food truck later that day. A food truck, I don't know what you call it, where a bunch of food trucks are, and it's outdoors, and you just pick what you want and eat. So we did that, and then afterwards, within walking distance of that food truck space, there's this place, I believe it's called Scraps, and guys, it is where gently used stuff goes to die. I swear. There were barrels, like massive barrels, filled with crayons that were gently used, mechanical pencils, pens. There were tiles there, just like random tiles that people don't want. Anything that you could imagine, it's there. Stamps, those little baby dinosaurs, the plastic ones that you give little kids, and then what do you do with afterward? Anything and everything was there. It was very cool. A great place to buy, gently used stuff, but they had quilting and fabric there. So let me show you what I got from there. I got this, and it wasn't even $2. This was $1. And these are applique heart shapes. So you can trace them onto a piece of paper and then cut directly out. Here are some patterns that you can use with the hearts. I'm not entirely sure how to get all of these designs, like these, from the hearts, but it's whatever. I'll see. And I'm excited to use these. I suppose I could cut them in half. There is a dotted line, but I don't really want to cut them in half, because what if you want it whole? I don't know. We'll see. Then at Scraps, there was a massive, what is this? 4 yards, 42 by 4 yards of this fabric, which is awesome. 4 yards. It was not that expensive at all. Let's be real, it was $16 for 4 yards. What are the chances? That's normally a yard if you get really expensive stuff. So this is really cool, and I'm gonna put this on the back of, let me show you what I'm gonna put on the back of, because at Scraps, I found the top of a quilt. So somebody did all the hard work already, and I have their name, it's on the quilt somewhere. Her name is, it was made in 91, M. Braun, maybe? And they made this, and who knows what happened to the owner, perhaps they passed away, but it is a Christmas quilt. They did all the hard work for me. It's the first layer, or level. So cute. Let's see if I can get some more. Some of these, like this, these are little hexagons that they've been appliqued down. I've never made hexagons before. A lot of these, I've never made this log house before. A lot of these I haven't made. I do other stuff, but some of these I've never done. So it's really pretty. Like you can hear the jingle. There is a bell on here somewhere. If I can get it in the screen. Yeah, on the top of this tree. I don't know if you can see it. There's a bell right here. But so cute, so sweet. And it makes my job a lot easier because I don't have to do all the hard work to piece all this together. And it is a very comfortable size. Not as, about, I'd say, maybe almost 2 yards wide. And well into 6 feet tall, like long. So this is just the top. So you can see here's the back side. And so the Grinch fabric is gonna go on the back of this for sure. Now 4 yards I don't think will be enough. So knowing that, I bought extra fabric. So I really bought this because one, it needed a new home and I think I can give it a new home. And two, I didn't have to do all the work. I think it's really fun if you can afford it. I think, how much was this? This was $15 for a full top of the quilt. That's nothing. Next to nothing. So if you can afford it, I always recommend give a quilt a new home because they're made to be loved, right? At least that's my opinion. They're made to be loved, they're made to be hugged, they're made to be worn out and used, washed, whatever. Yeah, definitely 1991. And there's some writing on here from the original person. I'm not gonna erase it, I'm not gonna patch over it. I really like it, and I think it's part of its charm. Look, somebody put a star. Like, that's a lot of love that goes into this quilt, and I think it's just amazing. So I'm gonna keep it. And for myself, for Christmas, because you guys know me, I love Christmas time. I love winter. Right now it's 90, what does it say? 96, 97 degrees outside. I am dying. I don't like the heat at all, but it is what it is. So Christmas, I'm excited. I think this will be part of like a Christmas in July kind of a quilting thing that I've got going. And I will also put out a Christmas in July pattern for cross stitch if you're into it. I probably won't have it stitched up in time because I do have a Hello Summer, which guys, I know we're well into summer, but I've got a pattern that I'm working on that I need to put out. So, you know, it's coming along, But to go with on the back of that quilt top and to go with this, I know it doesn't match. For me personally, that doesn't matter. The back doesn't matter. I don't care if it matches. I think backs are a fun place to use your imagination, to put colors together. I like to do possible reversible quilts, so I just do things on the back that make me smile. So I got two possible options. One is this, because oh my goodness, it's so stinking cute. It's just a yard, nothing fancy. Then I also got this, which some people call a cheater quilt because it looks like you've got patchwork on it but you didn't do anything. I don't care. So together these two make 2 yards. So depending on how much I have left over, I might have to cut the Grinch one to make it fit. I might not need these two, and if not, great, I can use them for something else. But if I do, at a minimum, these two are the same tone reds. So to me, I don't care if they don't match. That's just my personal opinion. Other people have stronger opinions on the backs and they want them to match, and to the front, you know, it's clear that these are not, I mean, maybe that one's the same, but most of this is a different shade of red and doesn't necessarily go together. Another shade of red and green. Other people care, then they might choose to do like a neutral creamy white. I don't care. I think it's fun, I think it's whimsical, and it's mine, so it doesn't matter. If I was selling it, I maybe would care, but I'm not selling it. I think it's too fun and too cute. Okay, let's see. So those are all the ones that I got at Scraps. So then, oh, before we went to Scraps, I guess it's called Chalice. I don't know if I said that right. I think it's Chalice, Oregon. I'm not totally sure if we were in Oregon or in Washington State. I don't know where, but it was right on the border. We stopped into this, like a fish mart, but not anywhere near the ocean. And there happened to be a quilt shop right next door, so we got some good food. But I got this. It's called Purrs and Booze Bundle. It's from Sisters Quilt Shop. I don't believe they designed the fabric. That's just the shop that I got it in. sistersquiltshop.com, all one word. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description box below. But it's my favorite kind of Halloween. Pink Halloween. I think there's something about pink. If it had purple in it, I would have absolutely gone to the moon and back. But pink and orange, I don't know. There is something so cute about the combo. And it does have cats. Let's flip it over. It does have cats. And you guys, you know me. Any kind of cat fabric, I'm into it. So this is really super cute. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I forgot. I got a quilt book too. That's fine. I'll show you. It's later. But I might use one of those patterns for these. Because they're 12 fat quarters, I need to be very strategic in how I cut it up because I don't want a lot of waste. With a full complete yard, it's easier to choose the pattern, but for fat quarters, it's harder. So who knows? I might just make it, not cut them up, and just put them in colorways, you know, pinks to oranges to whites to blacks. So we'll see what I want to do. Sometimes, I don't know about any of you guys, if you guys are quilters, but sometimes fabric is just too cute to cut up. So we'll see. But again, this is called Purrs and Booze Bundle. And I got it at Sisters Quilt Shop. Then, when we went to Everett, Washington, so that's where my husband's bestie lives. That is about 20 to 30 minutes above Seattle. We went to this other place they used to live, I'm going to say it wrong, called Snohomish. It's a Native American name. I'm not quite sure how to say it. But Snohomish has a giant quilt shop. They do have a little section for cross stitching. There were some 14 count Aida and some needles, and I showed my husband's best friend's wife how to cross stitch. I had brought myself a pre-stamped cross stitch pattern that I had bought years ago, and I thought, oh, maybe, you know, while I'm waiting or on the plane, if I'm not too plane sick, I will cross stitch. Didn't happen. I'm never gonna finish it. So I just gave it to her and said, do you want to learn? Here's this. And I showed her how to do it. So I don't know if she'll do it. There's no judgments if she doesn't, because she's a mama and mamas are busy. But I bought fabric. Oh my goodness. Now these three, I remember for sure, are Ruby Star Society. So this is what I'm imagining and what I'm calling the gummy bears. Then some cool hearts, and then just pink. Now this blue one, I cannot remember if it's Ruby Star or not, but I bought it because it is so pretty, and I had imagined it'll just go on the border and then maybe the back. I think I got a yard of everything. So I think it'll look really nice. And I like to do, it's just easy for me to just buy 1 yard of each, because there's this, if you guys don't know it, and if you like to quilt, or you're interested in quilting and you want to start off really super easy, there is their name escapes me right now. They're based out of Texas. It's a mom and daughter duo, Fran Morgan and Donna. I think her first name is Donna. Anyways, they do 3 yard quilt patterns. So all you have to do is buy 3 yards of fabric, and any of their patterns will work for the 3 yards of fabric. So when I go to a quilt shop, I get very overwhelmed. There's so much to choose from. I can't handle it. So I just do that. I buy 3 yards, 1, 2, 3, and this is for the binding and extra. And I just go, okay, I'm just gonna buy 3 yards. I'm gonna take the choices away from myself and just say, these are the 3 that I really like, that move me the most. And then when I get home, I will, so as I am now, I'll go downstairs, I'll find the books. I think I have 2 of their books. And then I'll pick a pattern. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This bundle has made me so happy. So what I'm gonna do to motivate myself is I'm going to finish this quilt first. So I've got all the blocks together minus this one. This one's gonna go in the back because it was an odd number. So I'm just gonna attach it to the back. And I'm gonna get this quilt done first. Once I do this quilt, I'm going to work on the Christmas quilt because I'm super excited about that one as well. I cannot wait for it to finally be finished. It's been, you know, sitting like this since 1991, so I want to get that one finished, and then that will push and motivate me to do these as well. In between those times, I will be putting out more patterns for cross-stitch patterns on my Etsy shop. I have decided that as much as I love stitching everything myself so that I get beautiful photos, it's just not possible with how busy I am to cross-stitch every single pattern and do beautiful photos for everything that I do. It's just not possible because I want my business to be sustainable. So I'm just going to, once every few weeks, normally it's every 2 weeks, put out a new pattern minus the photo that I would take, meaning minus the finished photo, but I will have a photo of it just, you know, screenshotted from my computer so that you can see the design. And I'm just gonna put it on my Etsy shop because I really enjoyed the patterns, but I've got so much going on, it's just not gonna work. So I will do my best to pick and choose a few patterns that really move me to cross stitch myself and then do beautiful pictures of them and put them online, but the rest are just going to be you know, screenshotted. And I never use AI, so if you want to support a small business, I am a one-woman machine and I never use AI. I make all the patterns myself. If you have seen any of the earlier videos that I do, I'm not going to go over it again, but I normally draw out the images myself and then put that into the computer, you know, looking at it and then putting it into the program myself. So there's no AI, I don't ever do that. So if you enjoy my content or my patterns, please be happy in the knowledge that everything comes from this small little brain of mine, including the patterns. Like there's no AI here. The quilt patterns and the quilt people that I support don't use AI either. So just try and support small businesses, everybody. So there's that. That's that. On the personal side, if you're not into personal stuff, and end the video here. That's all I got for you. But if you want to know a little update, I got, what did I do? I got 10 vials of blood taken to test, you know, we're getting into fertility time. So that's what the endometriosis and the medication I was taking is to lower it so I'm not in pain anymore. So, and the progesterone was to try and boost my fertility. That didn't work. So I had 10 vials of blood taken. Not sure what they were for. Some of it generic stuff, like do you have any STIs or whatever, but then some other stuff, I don't know. Do what you gotta do. I don't care. And then I had ultrasounds taken of my ovaries to see the reserves. So that is not enough to indicate anything. I have to do an HSG or HGS. It's when they put, I have to go to radiology and they put a fluid inside to see if my ovaries are working at all, if there's a blockage or anything. So that's going to be later in the month. And so then from there, we'll go from there and see what happens. Sorry if that's too TMI, but I believe in speaking truth and not being shy about real world problems like this. And fertility is a real problem that a lot of women face, or infertility, I should say. And so we shall see what happens, but I'm quilting and trying to put good energy out there and trying to do things that make me happy, because if I think about it too much, I would get too sad. And that's not a place I want to be. I want to be happy and do happy things. Oh, I forgot to show you. Sorry. I bought two, what do you call these? Bundles of thread? I don't know what you call these. They're Amman thread. Right. This one's called Baby Girl. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, Baby Girl. I got this in Shahomish, made in Japan. It is 100% polyester. Cotton thread is what I prefer, but they didn't have any cotton, and I really like this color. It's kind of light pink, light green, and white. I don't think, oh, there it is. I think it's coming off on the camera, but it's really pretty multicolor thread that I am going to use, but I don't know on which quilt yet. I just loved it. I've never seen this kind of multicolored thread. And then this one is called Emerald City, and to my eye it's green, purple, and a little bit of blue, and I think it'll look nice, maybe, on this. We'll see. I'm not sure how I'm gonna quilt it yet, so this one might be a better choice. But either way, I got these two. They're both 1,000 meters, which is 1,094 yards, both made in Japan, both by Amman, and they're both 100% polyester. So if you want the, let's see if I can get it. There's the number, in case you like that color, and then for this one, here is the number as well. Oops, I'm sorry, in case you like it. Sorry, randomly, I have random thoughts sometimes, and I totally forgot about this, so I apologize. Anyways, it's almost 30 minutes long. I'm going to end it here. Thank you for joining me today. I do apologize again that it was a delayed video, but like I said before, you know, I had a slump. I wasn't interested in cross-stitching or quilting, and I think that's okay. Like to tell the truth, and like to say that, you know, life happens, we have different moods, and that's okay. Don't be shy about it. So if you guys have any ideas on how to maybe pick me up out of the slump, or if you also have a slump as well and want to share, don't hesitate to do that. This is a safe space. This is for you. This is a community I'm hoping to build here. And so yeah, stay happy if you can, stay cool if you're like me in the 96-degree weather. Get that AC going. What a beautiful invention AC is. And yeah, do something crafty. So do something that makes you happy. I know I am. I'm going to start on this quilt, and I can't wait. Have an absolutely wonderful day. If you celebrate the 4th of July here in America, happy 4th of July. To the rest of you, enjoy the FIFA games. I know I am. And I will talk to you in a few weeks. Bye.